All right, guys, we're ready for our Four Seasons sunroom, and Daddy's gonna get a rec room with refreshments.
Oh no, we'll be sleeping under the stars.
Mom, what about the one with, the fun?
Nice try, little bro. It's a gym. My gym.
Hey, Grandma's getting her Four Seasons garden room. Weather tight and still like being outdoors.
Maybe a living room. Oh no, wait, a family hub.
Yeah!
No matter what the budget, the season, or the climate, Four Seasons Sunrooms let you and your family enjoy the outdoors inside. Call now to receive your free, no-obligation brochure from the premier manufacturer of sunrooms since 1975.
More reasons for Four Seasons now.
To find out more, call toll-free 800-928-7007. That's 800-928-7007. Call 800-928-7007 today.
Wake up, America. I think I got something to say to you. I love the United States of America, and I want you to love the United States of America too. Wake Up America Radio with Dr. A and Lou Bell is not a safe space, so enter at your own risk. You will be exposed to the truth, and we will endure the consequences. Now, rest assured, Dr. A will not try to put his brain into your head. I will, however, motivate you to think and to use the analytical part of your brain that very few people want to use because it requires actual effort and actual work. Hey, everybody, welcome to Wake Up America Radio. I'm glad you're with us. And just so you know, you have no idea what it's like to be Dr. A and do this thing every week for your, hopefully, entertainment and, more importantly, proper education. But it's pretty hard because my little producer, Lou Bell, constantly, she's a pushy little producer. We agreed to do this, and she's always pushing me to do better and do more, but I want you to know that so that you can have some sort of compassion for me. But hey, you know what? Mother's Day.
Is that what you're
May
looking
8th.
for? Is that why you said that? Just to get some sympathy out of the audience? Seriously?
I get no sympathy. But, Mother's Day, May 8th this year, is a Sunday, obviously. And even though we celebrate it, if you will, on that particular Sunday, I, as a Christian, believe that the first day of the week is Sunday. So we're going to celebrate Mother's Day this entire week. And that's why Wake Up America Radio has got a special Mother's Day edition for you all to partake of. And I call this segment, Lou, American Mothers Rock. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, well, ever since the 13 original British colonies became a free nation on this continent, so-called scholars have argued over which variables elevated the United States of America into greatness and its current superpower status. Some of the usual arguing points are these: freedom, virtue, values, morals, capitalist economics, rational thought, politicians, the government, religion, compassion, self-reliance, rugged individualism, incentive, ingenuity, determination, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, and military power. Now, I would argue that the undergirding foundation of American greatness incorporates each and every one of these important components into her basic character. American mothers are a huge determining factor in our status and in our longevity as a great nation, a nation of freedom. And as we are nurtured into adulthood, our fabulous moms deserve much more credit, Lou, than they normally receive. What do you think about that opening monologue so far?
I think moms definitely deserve more credit than they receive.
Okay, let's look at some of that, and I'm going to even give Lou a minute or two to talk, unlike what she does with me on her show. But
yeah, right.
for whom the bell tolls. Now, for instance, take this into consideration, people. For instance, Mom stands as a beacon of freedom as she gives us an umbrella of liberty underneath which we can make all sorts of mistakes to learn from. She even lets us wear that Che Guevara t-shirt in public, then in private teaches us the true facts about this ruthless, murdering communist revolutionary. You ever see that on campus, Lou? These kids wearing these Che Guevara shirts, they have no clue who this guy is.
No, but I'm sitting here thinking, okay, so he's working communism into the Mother's Day special. All right.
It's destroying our country, and our moms are critical to save our country, people. Just trust Dr. A on this one subject.
100
now,
subject.
101 subjects. Continuing, Mom teaches us virtue when we are forced to admit we didn't actually brush our teeth for bed, but merely ran water over our toothbrush. And if we ever lie to her again, she promises to wash out our mouths with lye soap. You ever had that threat extended to you?
I think I actually might have had a bar of soap stuck in my mouth one time, but it wasn't because I lied. I think I said something ugly. I deserved it.
You deserve a lot of this stuff. I like that. Well, Mom, to continue, what does she do? She injects us with proper values when she makes us mow the lawn instead of, what we'd rather do, playing video games on that lazy Saturday afternoon. She makes us mow that lawn. Then, when it's all said and done, all over with, she rewards us by buying that latest Call to Duty video game. You ever play that game, Lou? Call to Duty?
Call of Duty? I think
Call
it's the name. Yeah. See, you're not a gamer. No, I've watched people play it, but that's not the kind of games I play. I like Donkey Kong was the only game I ever played, and it's only available on Nintendo.
You probably played Frogger, you know.
Oh, well, back in the day when it was all about the arcade, sure, who didn't play Frogger? Centipede was my thing.
And the little guy with the mouth that would go through and bite everything. I can't remember the name. That was a pretty
Pac-Man?
Fun game.
Yeah, no,
Pac-Man
Centipede was my game. Centipede was my game, but when it comes to television based,
they had one of those that was a female, a yellow Pac-Man.
Yeah, Ms. Pac-Man.
Pink in color, yeah.
Ms. Pac-Man, yes, there was Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man. But I was a Donkey Kong queen, so that was that was always my video game.
So, Ms. Pac-Man was a feminist? Ms? Yeah.
No, she was just a little bit of a different game. I have no idea. You'd have to ask the, game marketing people why they made a Ms. Pac-Man. I think it was just to sell another game.
I venture to guess that Juju, that's, by the way, people, that's what I call JD, Juju, bad Juju, probably played a lot of video games growing up. But
I don't know.
Moving on here, our moms, shine as a pillar of morals. How? By reminding us to be home by 11 p.m. from our date. And guess what, folks? She is waiting patiently on the couch to actually monitor the time of our arrival. She also listens as we attempt that first awkward kiss on the front porch, which I remember well. You know what, Lou, youth, just listen to me. Youth is wasted on the wrong people. Do you realize that?
Yes, I do at this point in my life, certainly.
Oh. All right, so she's waiting for us as we attempt that first awkward kiss. I think my first awkward kiss was when we played Spin the Bottle. Remember that dumb game? Spin the Bottle.
Yeah. That was a dumb game.
You give your age away when you say that you remember that,
Yeah, well, whatever.
How about if I ask you this, another way to give your age away? What's the word? Thunderbird is the word. Do you remember that?
Nah.
Oh, geez. Okay, well, Juju remembers that. All right, back to our moms, our fabulous mothers in the United States of America. Mom teaches us, lo and behold, about capitalist economics as she argues with City Hall over her children's right to operate a lemonade stand on the sidewalk in front of our own home. Liberal, and this happens a lot. You see these type of reports on the news all the time. Liberal politicians during this type of scenario, liberal politicians want to have her arrested and carted off to jail, but they cower. They're basically cowards. They cower in reaction to her solid arguments at that monthly town council meeting. I've seen this firsthand. I've witnessed this firsthand. Mom engages in rational thought when she convinces our teacher that we do indeed deserve a better grade in our English class, and that she will not allow her children to participate in Common Core because it's a mega liberal totalitarian bias. It has mega liberal totalitarian bias. It is basically statism, Lou. Statism. The federal government has no business giving any kind of dictates. I think we mentioned this a few shows ago. No business in education, none whatsoever. Department of Education should be gone. It's a local community matter. Maybe at the highest would be the state level, but it's a local and a community matter how we educate our kids. So get the heck out of it, federal government. Mom is a politician. When she breaks up a sibling squabble, then hands each of us that much coveted Klondike bar from the refrigerator. She forces her children to hug one another and apologize before handing them that delicious ice cream treat. I would do almost anything for a Klondike bar, anything that's legal.
Yeah, well, checks in the mail. They should pay you for that one because that's their tagline.
Well, I can't remember that. Who was that? What do you call those guys that put the little dummy in their lap and they put their hand behind them?
Ventriloquist.
A ventriloquist.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff Dunham, and he's got that Muslim character that he uses that's dead, and he basically the Muslim character that's dead tells Jeff that he would basically kill him for a Klondike bar. That's how cheap Jeff Dunham's life is to this dummy that he created. I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, well, he's a skeleton.
Yeah, he's a skeleton.
He's a dead jihadi.
He doesn't realize it. Yeah. Ahmed the Dead Terrorist. That's his name. Ahmed the Dead Terrorist told Jeff Dunham, I'd kill you for a Klondike bar. Well, those Klondike bars are coveted. Continuing, Mom governs us. You know how I'm utilizing every one of those several aspects of what makes the United States of America great, what the so-called scholars have argued that makes America great. I'm using every one of those to describe our moms because our moms encompass every one of those attributes. Can I get an accolade there? I guess not.
Good job, Dr. A.
Okay, great. All right, Mom governs us when we want to eat another Klondike bar instead of our broccoli at dinner. Sorry, President Bush, I guess that would be number 41, but broccoli is indeed good for us. Remember Bush 41 refused to eat broccoli? He said, I'm the President of the United States. I don't have to eat broccoli. What?
He said he didn't like it. Lots of people don't like lots of foods. There's foods I don't like. Of course, I like boiled okra.
Do you like Brussels sprouts?
Actually, yeah.
I tell you what, I hated Brussels sprouts. My mom had a set 7-course meal set every 7 days. Every Monday we had the same thing, meatloaf. Every Tuesday we had the same thing, it was fried chicken. Every Wednesday we had the same thing, it was a pot roast. Spaghetti was Thursday night. I can remember it to this day. Friday was fish sticks. So she made the same thing every day of every week for our entire lives.
That was the way our mothers were taught to. They were taught to do that.
Well,
they were.
Broccoli.
It was very much the thing to do back then.
Well, Friday night was fish stick night, and guess what the dessert, the vegetable was for Friday night? It was broccoli. It was the spear. Not a spear. What did you just say? What was the one you liked? Little cauliflowers. What are they called?
Cauliflower.
No, the little, not cauliflower. The little whatever. The ones that I just mentioned. I couldn't stand those.
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts were the most disgusting thing. The only thing worse than putting Brussels sprouts in Randy Arrington's mouth was like cardboard. I hated them until, Lou, I was teaching a class one night at Tulane University, uptown New Orleans, and I was giving them an exam, and I had my TAs monitor the final exam, and I went down to Houston's restaurant on St. Charles Avenue and ordered a steak or whatever I was eating, and I asked them what the dessert was, or the vegetables that was that night, and they told me what it was. And it was Brussels sprouts. And I kind of wrinkled up my nose, and the bartender said, no, Dr. Ray, they're really good. I said, okay, I'm going to trust you on this. So she brought me the vegetable of the day, which was those Brussels sprouts. Lou, they were phenomenal. So it depends on how you prepare them, whether or not you like them or not. But
yeah,
you're
talking to the wrong.
Phenomenal.
You're talking to the wrong girl about not liking vegetables, because I like boiled okra.
You like them all?
Even boiled okra, which
okra, you are so sorry.
A lot of people don't like.
Do you ever see what happens in the water when you boil okra? It gets slimy.
They're supposed to be slimy.
It's
what makes them good.
I bet you Miss Stacy would eat broiled.
No,
oh my
she
gosh,
didn't. No, boiled peanuts. No.
Why would a human being boil peanuts? I don't understand that. Is that another Southern thing?
Yes, it's definitely a Southern thing. And if you had them and didn't like them, they weren't cooked right.
Boiled peanuts and slimy okra. Okay.
Yes.
All right, so Bush 41. I'm sorry, but broccoli is indeed good for you. That being the case, Mom won't let us leave the table until we eat every last bite of it, or, as I used to do, drop it down to the dog sitting underneath our feet, underneath the table. I used to do that all the time. Now, Mom fills us with religion every weekend at church, functioning as our Sunday school teacher. She also makes sure we are appropriately dressed to display the correct amount of respect for the church environment. I didn't know this till I moved to the South, but I was taught when I started going to church here that men wear a coat and tie to church. I never knew that. In California, they used to come in flip-flops. I didn't, but they'd come in flip-flops. So after I learned that lesson, I never attended a church service in the South ever again unless I had a coat and tie on. What do you think of that?
Sounds about right.
And it was a mom that taught me that. Not my mom, but a mom. What else we got here? Mom shows us compassion when patching up our scraped knee from a biking accident in the driveway, or letting us cry on her shoulder after we break up with our significant other, which we, as you know, we do often when we're teenagers.
Yes.
She didn't like that liberal punk we were dating anyway. Did you get that? She didn't like that liberal punk we were dating anyway. You know what? I need a break. Can we take a break?
We can take a break. We certainly
good.
can.
Very nice.
All right, we'll take a quick break and we will be right back. Music for Wake Up America Radio is provided by Tennessee Jed, whose new CD, Stronger, is available on iTunes.
I looked all over, so how can it be? Here comes the wrecking ball, swinging at me.
K98 Talk is continuing to expand its lineup. This means we are expanding our advertising base. Whether you're a startup trying to push through to the next level or an established business trying to supplement your advertising budget, web-based advertising is a solid investment. Thanks to Talk's newest partnership with TuneIn Radio and instant access to our sister station, K98 FM, we give you worldwide access at a reasonable cost. Interested parties should email us at advertise@k98talk.org.
They know I mean well, and smiling is hell if they try. They open their mouths, only hatred spews out with their lies.
hey, welcome back to Wake Up America Radio and our very, very special Mother's Day edition. It's the week of Mother's Day. I hope you all are celebrating or have celebrated. And to me, it's a whole week-long festivity for our mothers, as it should be. Back to talking about our moms. Mom teaches us, as her children, self-reliance when she encourages us that we can indeed figure out that last math problem on our own. She also teaches us to wash, dry, and fold our own dirty laundry. Did you get taught that by your mom?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was one of the ones I didn't know. I didn't care for.
I got taught to. I'm a Southern girl. I got taught to make biscuits as well.
Biscuits, I like that. You know,
biscuits.
I remember. I don't remember very fondly folding clothes because when I was in SEER school as a naval aviator, survival, evasion, resistance, and escape school, that POW scenario, there was this big 6'4" white guy who was playing the role of a Chinese communist prison guard who had me folding laundry all day long. And then as soon as I finished folding it, he went over and kicked the table over, and I had to do it all over again. So here's the deal, sir. If I ever see you in San Diego walking around the hallowed area there known as Coronado Beach, and I find you, I'm going to beat your rear end all over San Diego. Just trust me on this one subject. All right.
Just for the fun of it.
Oh, man, I remember that. Moms show us how rugged individualism, another one of those attributes that I mentioned at the beginning of the show, how rugged individualism can help to actually mold our character. How does she do that? Well, she does that when she makes us walk those 12 long blocks, like I had to junior high school. In the process, always reminding us that her grandfather had to walk 5 miles, Lou, each way to a one-room schoolhouse just to receive his 6 years of education. Mom instills incentive into us when she gives us an extra $20. In fact, in my day it was $2. Now I guess inflation is $20. Because we earned all A's on our most recent report card. In the process, she also reminds us of that B- we got last semester in our civics class. Dr. A never got a B- in civics.
I was about to say, if you made a B- in civics.
No, not civics. Not civics.
Yeah, maybe math.
That will never happen again, Mom. We promise her. Never happen again, Mom. Mom teaches us ingenuity by motivating us to be extra creative with our annual science project. She buys all the raw materials and watches diligently as we go about creating a better mousetrap. We learn determination from Mom when she helps us with batting practice until it's dark outside, and then we get a single and a double in our next Little League game. After that ball game, she treats the entire team to smoothies, Lou, even our all-star girl pitcher. See, people, Dr. A is not sexist. Did you get that? Our all-star girl pitcher, Dr. A is not sexist. See, you're not giving me any kind of kudos at all here, right?
You have a female.
Don't know what to do.
You have a female producer. I don't think anybody thinks that you're sexist, and just so the audience knows, I tell him what to do all the time, and he listens to me.
All right, here. Mom endorses American military power as she pins a set of gold naval aviator wings onto the left side of our white uniform shirt and makes us understand that the mere touch of her hand says she will catch us if ever we fall. Now, you know what, Lou? I've noticed over the years that there seems to be a difference between, in America, between our young moms and our old moms. Before I get into this, is Miss Stacy an old mom, Lou?
Miss Stacy is, I see her as a young mom. You know,
well,
I mean, I see her that way, but
I'm going to have to, disagree with you on that, but that's okay.
But Stacy's a great mom.
Great older mom. But as much crap as she gives me, intellectual, hubbub and banter, I got to throw a few barbs her way too. When I get the opportunity.
She's a great mom, and she mothers me when I need it.
Lord knows I need it.
That's how good a mom she is.
Okay. I'd like to reaffirm that the backbone of our nation, in Dr. A's humble opinion, is the American mother. They are a major determining factor in our status and in our longevity as a great nation. And as we are nurtured into adulthood and beyond, again, our fabulous moms deserve much more credit than they normally receive, and that's what we're going to do here. But again, I've noticed there's some subtle differences between the young moms and the older moms. Let's get into that. For instance, young moms have a diaper bag in the back seat of their car. Older moms have a workout bag in the back seat of their car. Young moms have spit up on their blouse. I used to remember this growing up with my kids and my wife. They always had spit up on their blouse. Older moms have a gold brooch on their blouse. Lou, young moms have an extra pack of baby wipes in the glove compartment. Older moms have Kleenex tissue in their glove compartment. Young moms, Lou, have little snacks in their purse. I used to love that, both as a child growing up. What could she pull out and put in my mouth to make me happy? Whatever it could be. It wasn't a Klondike bar because that would melt, but, Hershey's Kisses or whatever. But yeah, the young moms have little snacks in their purse. Older moms have a handgun in their purse, a .38 revolver, hopefully.
Yeah.
Young moms know all about the high chair recall that just hit the news last week. Older moms know exactly how to relax in that rocking chair that you repaired for them last week. Young moms have a college logo on their keychain. It might say Cornell. Where did she go to school? I can't remember.
Stop. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
She graduated a long time ago.
Okay. Older moms have a mace sprayer or pepper spray on their keychain. They're smart. They are smart, these older moms. Young moms are the teacher in Sunday school. Older moms can't hear the teacher in Sunday school. Lost their hearing, kind of like Dr. A. Young moms wipe the chocolate frosting off of your little face at your birthday party. Aw. I got pictures of that, and just every time I look at those pictures of the kids with their little birthday cake and how they get all that stuff all over the face, it tears the heartstrings of Dr. A. So they wipe the chocolate frosting off your face at your birthday party. That's the young moms. Older moms call you on your birthday to tell you how much fun she is having in Hawaii. Can't you take me to Hawaii or Paris, Mom? Young moms use I hope I don't get calls about this. Young moms use their mommy van to drive you to swim meets or dance class. Older moms put the top down on their Porsche and just cruise around town looking cool. Young moms scratch your back as a child to relax you and put you to sleep. Older moms bring you some ibuprofen so that you'll shut up about your aching back and go to sleep. Young moms have an unlimited supply of good ice cream, Klondike bars preferably. Older moms have an unlimited supply of great advice if we'd only listen to them.
Yep.
Young moms prevent us from making a mistake so we don't get hurt. Older moms allow us to make a mistake so we can gain life experience from the scenario, the episode. Again, young moms patch up our scraped knee. Older moms patch up our broken heart. Young moms get very nervous when we hide from them in a store. As a dad, I take my kids shopping, and I did the same thing when I was their age. We like to play in the store, in those racks of clothes where it's kind of in the middle, it's kind of empty, I did the same thing. We hide in those racks of clothes, and then you can't find your child. And after about 3 minutes, 4 minutes, it's probably different for everybody. When that fear, that trepidation starts setting in, I remember getting scared myself. Where is my child? So the young moms get very nervous when we hide from them in the store. Old moms wait up for us again when we are out on that date. You better be back by 11. Young moms encourage us to pedal our trike faster on the sidewalk. We haven't even learned to ride a bike yet, but they encourage us to pedal faster on our tricycle on that sidewalk.
With us, it was stop doing wheelies in that big wheel. Or stop doing donuts in the big wheel.
I bought a big wheel for each one of my kids. I remember like it was yesterday.
Yeah, if you went real fast and pulled the brake up, you could do a donut.
Older moms encourage us to swing our baseball bat faster inside the batting cage. Young moms buy us a Sesame Street computer so that we can start learning. L is for learning, not liberal. Older moms read our textbooks at the library so they can help us with homework or fight against Common Core totalitarianism, Common Core statism. Bless their hearts. Young moms stencil our names into our underwear as we go off to summer camp for 6 weeks, 3 weeks, however long it is. I remember doing that like it was yesterday. I'd go to baseball camp in Oklahoma, sometimes stay for 4 weeks. I wish I was still that young and still doing that. Older moms send you a jar of multivitamins when you were away fighting the war, riding on an aircraft carrier, Navy aircraft carrier. Lou, I remember that like it was yesterday. Open that thing. Why are you sending me multivitamins? She did. You know what? To digress for a second here. Lou, when I was off on my first aircraft carrier deployment, besides sending me multivitamins, you know what my mom sent me? Cash. Money.
Excellent.
She'd send me $20, $30, $40 in cash, in an envelope. And I'd get home and I'd say, Mom, I got a job, a career. You don't need to send me any more money. I'm making money. But she did. Young moms love and protect their children. Old moms love and protect their children even more so. Now, Lou, many women give birth, but it takes a very, very special lady to be truly maternal. And I, before we get into the next segment here, where we're going to talk about different scenarios, I want to wish a happy, very happy Mother's Day to all of you beautiful moms out there in the United States of America. You got anything to add to that, Lou?
No, you mentioned Stacy, and she really is a wonderful mom. And she's very, you mentioned maternal, she's very maternal, and she will mother anyone who needs it. And there are a lot of people like that, and I have friends like that, and I have a good friend, well, my best friend, and I both have lost our mothers, and yeah, and it's a big hole, you know, when you lose your mom, when you don't have that person to mother you and be maternal to you. And so a happy Mother's Day to all my friends who are older moms and their children are grown, and my aunts that sometimes will step in and be motherly and maternal, and some of my mom's friends who are definitely step in for my mom and are maternal and loving that way to me, as well as my sister who is a mom. Happy Mother's Day.
Now you're going to be going to the North Georgia studio, I think this coming week. This
I
week.
will.
No, you already. Yeah, and so.
Yeah, I will be in the North Georgia studios.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Which by the time this airs will be last week.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to think of myself as a good son. Had some issues, with my mom growing up. I was close to my dad, but. So trying to sort of make up for that, I try to do things that make me a good son. And just a couple of days, 10 days or so before Mother's Day, I called the florist out there in Lancaster, California, out there where she lives, to order, $120 worth of flowers and have them delivered the day before Mother's Day, thinking that's really I'm such a great son. So I got a story to tell you, okay? In that regard. A man stopped at a flower shop to order some flowers to be wired to his mother, who lived 200 miles away from him. As he got out of his car, he noticed a young girl sitting on the curb, and she was sobbing, Lou. She was crying. He asked her what was wrong, and she replied, I want to buy a red rose for my mother, but I only have 75 cents, and a rose costs $3. The man smiled at the little girl and said, come on inside to the flower shop with me. I'll buy you that rose. He bought the little girl her rose and then ordered his mother's flowers to be wired to her. As they were leaving, he offered the little girl a ride home. She accepted. She said, yes, please. You can take me to my mother. While they were driving, she gave him directions. She directed him to a cemetery. They got out and walked to a grave. She placed the rose on what he determined to be a freshly dug gravesite. Shortly after that, the man returned to the flower shop, canceled the wire order, picked up a bouquet of flowers, and immediately drove the 200 miles to see his mom. What do you think of that story, Louis? That's absolutely true, by the way.
I think we might need to cut the break.
Was it that inspiring, or?
Well, like I said, I lost my mom.
Yeah. I know.
So it's
I didn't mean to make. Okay.
No, I think it's a sad story, but I think that you're making a point here, Dr. A.
Okay.
So definitely go ahead and make your point, because I can't make it for you right now.
Our mothers should be cherished. I know we have issues with them. Like I said, growing up, I didn't care for my mom all that much, but I learned to change that, soften that, especially when my dad died 3 years ago, and I had to help her get through that. Mm-hmm. She had a pretty rough 2 years. She lost my dad. She lost my sister. She lost her best friend who lived next door, and then she lost her mother, all the span of about, 17, 18 months.
Wow.
And she's a tough old bird, and she's gotten through it, but, you got to have people around you that love you enough to help you get through that. And then, like I said, she's had a rough time, and I'm not the best son in the world, but I've learned that it's important to try to be at least a better man. And I have people around me. I told you this, many, many times. I have lots of friends around me, especially one very, very special friend to me, my best friend in the whole world. And she makes sure that I keep one foot firmly planted and ensconced in humility. Humility is a great virtue for anybody to have, especially for a man, that they don't get too big of a head. And she makes sure that I keep one foot firmly planted in humility and doesn't feel a problem scolding me. This is a Texas woman, by the way, Texas native Texan, who has no problem scolding me when I need it. And it bites, it stings. And then afterwards I realize I deserved it. And I analyzed what had caused it and what she had said, and I incorporate that into my life, and she makes me a better man. And that's what I aspire to. And with that, if you want to take a break, I'm ready.
Yeah, we do need to cut the break now for real. But I will make you feel a little bit better. I know a lot of people who have grown into their relationships with their parents, and they can do it at any age. And I certainly did it with my mother at a much later age. I'm glad I got the opportunity to do that. And it's never too late. And so maybe that's the message that we leave the audience with as we go to break, is it is never too late to grow into that relationship with your mother. So take the opportunity.
I love it.
Take the opportunity to do that now while you can. And we'll be right back.
This is JD.
And this is Stacy.
Join us Tuesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern for Game On. Remember, Lock up the children and the old folks.
Game On, the home of liberative conservatism.
Where no one is safe, no one is spared, not even the hosts.
Oh, that was supposed to be a spin cycle. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. We love you anyway. Right round, baby.
Self-monitoring
right
Ebola
anyway.
radio strikes again.
Anyway.
Anybody see the host monkey? Where's the host monkey? Where's the host monkey? For God's sake, I need an antidote. Just do your rant. Let's pop out of the segment.
Find us on Twitter at JD and Stacy.
You're listening to K98Talk.com.
I've seen this happen before. There's a full moon out tonight. I'm a fool, but you can't fool me twice. I wear my secret deception just like a disguise. When I reveal myself in the light, stick around and you might pay the price. Enough with the questions, it's time that we said our goodbyes.
I knew that this wouldn't be easy.
Try not to tie it down.
No, nothing you say can appease me.
If you wanted to go, then you would have been gone before now. The darkness abounds.
Okay, folks, we're back from our break there, and I was talking to producer Wench offline, and I told you that the audience, I didn't have a great relationship growing up with my mom. The way it was, she was a very young mom. Had me when she was very young. My dad married her, kind of rescued her, and so she didn't know how to treat people. All she had was her mom's example, and her mom, my grandma, wasn't a very nice person. She's pretty mean. And so growing up, the kind of reinforcement techniques that my mother used on me was negative reinforcement. Now, it worked on me. Hopefully, I've been of some success professionally. It didn't work with my brother and sister, but she would say things to me like, your father and I have discussed it. We don't think you're going to graduate from UCLA. What? And I go to my dad. He'd say, I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't say that. Or later on in life, she would say to me, your dad and I have discussed it, Randy, and we don't think you're going to get wings of gold from the Navy. And I'd talk to my dad, and he said, I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't say that. So that's kind of like the only thing that she understood was negative reinforcement. And
She's trying to challenge you in order to make sure that you did achieve your goals.
Well,
that was the only way she knew to do it.
Me, and like I said, it worked on me. I don't know how, but it did, the negative reinforcement. But I want to segue into this right here. This next part, we're going to finish off our wonderful Grand Mother's Day special. It's called The Meanest Mother in the World. The Meanest Mother in the World. Are you ready for this, Lou?
I don't know.
All right, here we go.
Sounds kind of scary.
Well, you should be very afraid of Dr. Ray.
Be very afraid.
I had the meanest mother in the whole world. While other kids ate candy for breakfast, I had to have cereal, eggs, or toast. In your case, Lou, probably grits. What is a grit? I have no idea. Okay.
It's corn. Move on.
All right. Okay. When others had Cokes, Coca-Colas, and candy for lunch, I had to eat a sandwich. As you can guess, my dinner was different than other kids' supper also. But at least I wasn't alone in my sufferings. My sister and brother had the same mean mother as did I. Lou, my mother insisted upon knowing where I was at all times. You'd think my brother and sister and I were on a chain gang with the way we were treated by our mother. She had to know who our friends were and where we were going. She insisted if we said we'd be home in an hour, that we be gone for only an hour or less, not 1 hour and 1 minute longer, Lou. I am nearly ashamed to admit it, but she actually struck us, not once, but each time we had a mind of our own and did as we pleased. That poor belt was used more on our behinds than it was to hold up my daddy's pants. Can you imagine, Lou, someone actually hitting a child just because they disobeyed in today's world?
Child Protective Services would be at the door.
Spare the rod, spoil the child. Isn't that what it says in the Bible?
Well, you can hit a child too hard, but...
Well, okay, all right, yeah. I got you.
And I think that, you know what, I'm going to say this, and this is off topic, and I know that you're making a point, but people have no self-control. Back when our parents used that kind of discipline, they had self-control, and they did it with self-control, and these days people have none, and that's the difference.
I agree.
Yeah, But keep going.
The sound of my dad's belt just coming out of his belt loops was enough to scare the crap out of me. Tell you what, that sound, oh my goodness.
Again, Southern girl, all I had to hear was go get me a switch. I never actually ever had a switch used on me because the words, go get me a switch, were enough to bring me right in the line. Yeah.
I was told, go to your room and prepare for spanking. And oh my gosh, when I sat on that bed and outside the door, I heard him go to that door and pull that belt out of those loops. Oh, I just was just beside myself.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can begin to see how mean my mom really was. We had to wear clean clothes and take a bath, Lou, every day. The other kids always wore their clothes for days at a time. We reached the height of insults because she made our clothes herself just to save money as we were growing up. Why, oh why, did we have to have a mother who made us feel different from our friends? You know what, Lou, the worst is yet to come. We had to be in bed by 9 each night and up at 7:30 or 8 the next morning. Every single day. Now, that one stuck with me both because of that and because of a naval aviator. On Saturdays when I wasn't working, I'd get up at 4:30, 4:45, go down to that kitchen, rattle those pots and pans, and make a huge farmer breakfast for my kids. Pancakes, French toast, I mean, you just name it, eggs, everything. And then go upstairs and wake them up at 6:45 and make them come down for breakfast. Oh, Daddy, we don't want to get up. Let us sleep. Nope. You're getting up, you're going to eat. We're going to have this breakfast together. We're going to have fun. We're going to look each other in the eye and eat this breakfast. My youngest daughter, Shelby, would come to me. She's always the last one down. She was pacing herself in life, I guess. And she'd be the last one down, and she'd come to me, and she'd say, Daddy, come here. And I'd bend down, and she'd whisper in my ears, Daddy, I don't like pancakes. Would you make me French toast? And I say, daughter, absolutely. I mean, that just tear your heart apart. Mm-hmm. But we did that. So we had to be in bed. We couldn't sleep till noon like our friends on weekends, Lou. So while they slept, my mother actually had the nerve to break the child labor law. Lou, she made us work. We had to wash dishes, make beds, learn to cook, and all sorts of cruel, unusual things. I believe she laid awake at night just thinking up mean things for us to do the next day. She always insisted upon telling us the truth, the whole truth, Lou, and nothing but the truth. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Even if it sort of killed us, and it nearly did. By the time we were teenagers, she was much wiser, and our life became even more unbearable as teenagers, Lou. None of this tooting the horn of the car for us to come a-running. They don't do that in the South, do they?
Come a-running? Sure.
Toot the horn, and you come a-running for your date. No, that wouldn't work in my life.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
No. She embarrassed us, Lou, to no end by making our dates and our friends actually come to the front door to get us.
Yes.
If I spent the night with a friend...
Yeah, not too many things would upset my father. That would upset my father. Man. Yeah, and it didn't make my mom too happy either, but my dad would be the one that he'd go out to the car and tell them to get their butt out the car, come inside.
I love it.
Yeah, if they ever tried that, they had to stay inside and talk to him that much longer before we went anywhere.
Aww. If I spent the night with a friend, can you imagine? She actually checked up on me to see if I was really there, Lou. Had the nerve of her.
Yep.
I never had a chance to elope to Mexico. That is, if I had a girlfriend to elope with. I forgot to mention, while my friends were dating at the mature age of 12 or 13, my old-fashioned mom refused to let me go on a date until I was 15 or 16. In fact, it was 16, but at 15, she did let me go to a school function. And that was maybe twice a year, and that's exactly what happened. That was the dynamic that I had to go through.
Yep, that was my parents too.
Now, through the years, things didn't improve a bit, Lou. We could not lie in bed sick like our friends did and miss school like What was that Ferris Bueller's Day Off. We couldn't do that, Lou. She was too smart for that. I couldn't lick my palms, bend over, wailing and moaning. She knew if I was sick or not. How did she know? If our friends had a toe ache, a hangnail, or a serious ailment, they could stay home from school, Lou, and they did it often. Even to this day, as a naval aviator, I can think of maybe 3 times in my life that I called in sick. I had pneumonia. I had a serious, what I thought was a kidney stone, just turned out to be my back. The muscles were so wrenched out, I couldn't even stand. And then once I had pink eye, and I couldn't go to work because I was contagious. Those are 3 times in my life, Lou, I'm 21, over 21, that I called in sick because I couldn't go. People depend on you. They depend on me. I can't call in sick. Our grades in school had to be up to par. Now, our friends' report cards were very colorful, beautiful colors on them. They had black for the passing grades, red for the failing grades, yellow for you're about to fail if you don't pick it up, student. My mother, being as different as she was, would settle for nothing less than ugly black marks on my report card, Lou. As the years rolled by, first one and then the other of us was put to shame, Lou. We were graduated from high school, then college, with our mother right behind us, talking, hitting, and demanding respect. None of us was allowed the pleasure of being a dropout. We couldn't drop out. We had to finish what we started. That was the mantra that I was taught by my mom.
Yep.
My mom was a complete failure as a mother, Lou. Listen to me, people. My mom was a complete failure as a mother. Out of the 3 children, we all attained higher education. None of us have ever been arrested. Only one of us has been divorced. None of us ever beat our mate. Each of my brothers served his time, served his country. And whom do we have to blame for this terrible way we turned out? You're right. The meanest mother in the world, Lou. The meanest mother in the world, Lou. Look at all the things we missed. And this is growing up in Southern California. This is going to ring true. Look at all the things that we missed growing up. We never got to march in a protest parade. We never got to burn our draft cards.
How horrible.
We never got to participate in a riot and have George Soros pay us for doing that. And we never got to participate in a million other things that many of our friends got to participate in, especially those, my friends, who went to UC Berkeley. She forced us, Lou, to grow up into God-fearing, educated, honest adults. Using this as a background, I tried to raise my 5 children in a similar manner. I stand a little bit taller, and I'm filled with pride because sometimes my children would call me, as their dad, mean as well. Because you see, I thank God that he gave me the meanest mother in the whole world, Lou. What do you think of that?
I think she sounds like a lot like my mom, and your parents sound a lot like my parents. And, you know, how you turn out is, I think it's proof. She sounds like a lot of mothers that I know. And how you turn out, to some extent, is up to you. But I think that's pretty much all
I don't seem to be getting a lot of empathy here from you. You don't realize what it was like growing up in that environment. Ugh,
I do. I know exactly what it was like growing up in that environment because I grew up in a really similar environment. My parents had expectations of me. Like, stop. Like your parents had expectations of you. And parents should have expectations. I think that's a good mom.
Well, at least Miss Stacy doesn't probably have the same 7 culinary entrees that she makes every day of every week. I've seen that plate of, what does she call that? Lou Bell lasagna?
Yeah, she calls it Lou's lasagna or Lulu's lasagna. Lulu. Yeah.
I still, you two are teasing me. I still, to this day, folks, haven't got a piece of Lulu's lasagna. And
my dad did.
A hunk of that.
My dad had a piece of it, and he liked it a lot. It is it's the best lasagna I've ever had. I've never had lasagna.
Wave that in front of my nose. Keep it up. Yeah. You know, Lou, it was back in 1914, if I remember right. President Woodrow Wilson was the one that officially recognized Mother's Day as a national holiday. And, of course, over 100 years later, this holiday has become – are we on Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. This holiday has become sort of a global celebration to honor the mothers who made sacrifices to raise generations of children and support them through their adulthood. While flowers and chocolates are perfectly suitable ways to say thanks, I think what they'll remember most is things that you say to them, whether that be in cards or you say that to them in person. So you get to treat your mom is great. Here's a great one, a great example of something that a mother said. This is from Olivia Uphoff, and her mother's name is Linda Uphoff. This is what she says about her mom. My incredible mom beat cancer at the tender age of 2 years old. 2. And despite being told by countless doctors she could surely never get pregnant, here she is. Here I am today is what Olivia said. I'm 23 and I'm healthy. Pregnancy for her body wasn't easy, but my amazing mother never complained. She was always, she'd always taken life with such joy and faith. Despite unfathomable health issues, Olivia's mom is there today with her. She is strong, healthy, independent, beautiful, loyal, hilarious. She's an awesome cook, and like her mom, the daughters, all those things. Plus, she's a wonderful wife and the person that she admires most.
And that's a great story to end on because you're out of time, Doc.
Okay, well, let freedom ring, people. God help us and speak the truth and endure the consequences. Happy Mother's Day, all you great moms out there.
Happy Mother's Day. Tuesdays, 5 p.m., WNJC 1360 in Philadelphia and K98talk.org, Thursday nights at 8 p.m. We'll see you guys next week.
If you want to work until you keel over, have less of everything in retirement, or give back more of your hard-earned money to the stock market again, then just ignore me. But if you'd like to protect the money you save, receive a steady, predictable retirement income, and enjoy financial security for as long as you live, then listen to this. You can download a free report that reveals the wealth-building secrets Wall Street and the banks don't want you to know. You'll learn how you can get guaranteed growth, safety, and real prosperity without risking your money in the Wall Street casino, and how to get the money you need when you need it, simply by asking for it. This is the best way to have a 100% secure retirement and know your money will last as long as you do. To learn more about this method and to get your free report, go to 29security.com. That's the number 29security.com. 29security.com. Go to 29security.com.